Today is Saturday, March 9th, 2024. I wanted to bring this video to you because this is very important, especially with what I witnessed and what my good friend of 35 years has told me based on what she saw on the live stream and what I told her it was that I reacted to in the live stream when I was standing here doing that live stream about the video I made of taking the clown costume up north to the old house. I was standing here and I paused for a few seconds because I noticed something and I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna draw attention to it. Well, there was somebody out there in the camouflage. Everything, the whole thing, camouflage out there. Look like they had a rifle and they were walking on my property. And then I saw them turn around and start walking the other way. And I'm like, okay. So now we have more people who are out here hunting that don't even know where the hell the property lines are. And they're coming out from the farm or the woods back there somewhere. And they're coming into people's properties, including mine. And I'm like, okay, well, if this person comes back over here and I get an alert on my proximity sensors from the cameras outside, I'm gonna be confronting him. I don't care if he's got a hunting rifle or not, because I practice my Second Amendment as well. The thing is, nobody has any right to be hunting on private property, on my property especially, considering that, I'm a person, I'm not an animal, I'm not a bear. You know what I mean? So nobody has any business going out there, but she told me that somebody could be in a camouflage and they might be looking like they're hunting, or maybe they have a stick or something, but it may have looked like a gun to me because, my eyesight isn't like it used to be. Could be somebody who's sneaking around trying to case out my house because I was doing a live stream. Now, she's concerned because maybe there are people trying to case out my house in the live stream itself. And who knows who they know who could be coming here. Because she said that somebody was interested in what I was sharing when it came to my camera equipment. And they wanted to see a particular kind of camera again and see other cameras with it. And so she got suspicious. Then that's when she brought to my attention, like, well, there's somebody in your live stream that might be trying to case out your house. And they are literally just making you walk around to where your cameras are so people can see in a live stream what room it's in, and they're casing it out through you virtually. And then that caused me a concern, and I ended up making that video private. And I'm probably gonna delete the part of me walking to the closet or wherever room in the house that may have anything of a value. So that's kind of where that's going. So my big concerns are that she told me some other things. Now, she has been an attorney for many years, okay? And she's one of my best friends I've known for 35 years. And she actually does engage through my YouTube channels. She does comment from my YouTube channels once in a while. And sometimes she'll comment in my behalf. And you might not even know it's her acting as me in the comments. And she'll sometimes moderate the moderators and bring new moderators in and help me with YouTube ideas and suggest me, give me suggestions. Sometimes she'll even hold a camera when she visits. The thing is, she has seen it all. She has seen a lot of things in life. As an attorney, she has witnessed car accident claims and fraudulent claims and scammers and people that are victims of fraud and scams and theft. And she is pretty smart when it comes to that stuff. So she suggested to me that I should not be live streaming while walking around my house, for number one, which I know it becomes difficult when I can't sit still. But she said I definitely should not be walking into any rooms while in a live stream and then showcasing anything worth a lot of money, things of value like camera equipment, music equipment, computer equipment, things like that I should not be walking around leaving a trail in the house to what part of the house those things are. So that's why I deleted that live stream, because this was the advice she gave me. And she's concerned about this person that's outside. So now do I have a potential thief casing my house? Somebody who's on the outside watching through the comments, now connecting to somebody who somehow now takes interest because I showcased some camera equipment in the video. And she also said that she's very suspicious of the recent comments over the last couple of weeks. But she said some of the more recent comments in the last 24 hours has her more concerned. And she's afraid that I might respond to those comments and that I might try to show that I'm not some loser that some may say because they assume that I've lost my house or lost my Corvette out of being irresponsible financially. And she knows how I like to validate things sometimes. And I'm like, well, I know I didn't lose my house. That was something that I chose to do. I chose to sell it. There was no foreclosure. I didn't lose my Corvette. I chose to sell it because it was a hot market, and I got tired of the Corvette, believe it or not. I got tired of it because I was driving a Tesla and a BMW i8, which I ended up getting tired of the BMW i8. The Tesla was like the fastest out of the three cars. And so I ended up gravitating towards the Tesla more because I love the torque, the instantaneous torque of the Tesla Model 3 Performance. And so my Corvette would just sit in the garage as a garage queen. It would just sit there, just looking pretty. I would clean it off and dust it and all that once in a while, but I never drove it much, and I wouldn't want to drive it and get it dirty, and I wouldn't want to go out in the rain, and if there was ever a gravel road, I would stay far away from it, so it's like it stayed in the garage, and then my Tesla was the car I drove all the time. And I'm like, well, I'm paying for insurance to keep the car in the house, and it's just sitting there, and I got the best use that I could out of it. The excitement kind of faded away. You know, excitement doesn't always last forever, and so I was thinking about selling it, and then some medical circumstances occurred, going back and forth to the hospital. Like, they're telling me I had a heart attack. I had some surgery done. I had some other things done. Someone in the family had some situations. I was putting money here and putting money there. I had some medical bills, like a lot of things. And I really don't need to get into details. Like I said, my good friend told me I should stop trying to justify things on YouTube, that I should not have to explain myself, and I should not have to say anything regarding what I own and what I don't. She's right. She's absolutely right. And I think sometimes I try to be as transparent and real about things when it comes to those questions, but at the same time, I'm being guarded. And so I become confusing. Like, I might say one thing, then it contradicts the other because I don't know how to present something without coming off as a loser or a failure. You know, it's different when you got one person who will tell you that you're a loser in private, you know, maybe one-on-one. But when you have somebody like in the comments on a channel or on a YouTube video, you know, then there's other people that are witnessing that. And then it's creating a negative experience for so many people. And some people don't have thick skin like I do. And so my lady friend knows how I am. With my OCD, it's like if something's out of place, I'm trying to fix it. And, you know, if someone's claiming that they're a better person than me because they make more money, I guess this person must think that they're better than the people making 45K. Is that what it comes to? So people making 45K are technically losers in some of these people's eyes out there who claim to make so much money? Like, do you judge somebody by their financial status or the person they are inside, the kind of heart that they have? And so my friend knows that I have a big heart and I've given so much and I've cared so much about people, even people I don't know. And I've given away money to help charities and people and friends and family. And I've explored so many places in this world. I've taken family and friends on so many vacations, and the experiences were amazing, but they were very costly. But I accepted that. And I'm not getting into figures, but I'm just saying some people have to work a whole year to pay for what I may end up spending in a month on family vacations and traveling. And that's pretty much where I'm going with it. I don't need to go into specifics because my lady friend had a good talk with me about a lot of things. And I just say lady friend because I don't want to put her name out there. That's her decision to put her name out there. That's her decision to put anything more about who she is other than you may see the camera being held by somebody and wonder who it is. And sometimes it's her. And she's very careful about not standing anywhere that's reflective. Smart lady. Anyway, I've always been protective and careful about what I'm sharing on YouTube. And that's why there's a difference between reality and fiction, because I have that line in the stand where there's the reality and there's the fiction. And I've done that over the years to protect the privacy of my friends and family that I spend many of their years of their life around me. And so I didn't want to bring them into any kind of potential stalker situation. And so I was always protective of certain things. And then being on my own, still doing the same thing. And so that's not being deceitful or lying to your viewers. If you claim this or say that about certain circumstances in your life when it comes to finances or what you own and what you don't have and, you know, things like that. It's like, it's really nobody's fucking business. If I'm doing well, I am playing it down to that I'm not, because I don't want to be a target for scammers, people who want to rob you, gold diggers, all that shit. So there's a probability that maybe I downplay things. And then when I do so, then people call me a loser. People call me a failure. People insult me. I don't mind name calling as long as it's not bullying somebody. So when she sees people on YouTube commenting a certain way, especially if they're interested about what I own and what I don't own, she may feel like they're trying to get me to talk more about my finances or about what I own, and she feels like somebody might be trying to fish for information and then use that to try to gauge whether or not I have enough assets that it's worth for them to case my house and steal stuff. That's kind of where she's going with it. And I always had those fears, like somebody recognizing a vehicle that I drive and then following me back to the house, especially this crazy psycho woman that was like stalking me for a couple of years, a few years now, it seems like. And then finally that situation settled down after a final confrontation, which involved my lady friend, who's an attorney. So things it started to kind of turn in a better direction, which kind of was able to allow me to put my guards down on certain things. It's been a complicated time. YouTube has not been smooth sailing all the way. It's a rough crowd out there trying to entertain everybody. And I don't even know why I continue with YouTube. I should just stop YouTube and just enjoy the rest of my life. I'm going to the cancer specialist and the cancer centers here in Georgia. And it's like, I got some things going on and life is short. And it's like, do I need to really stress about this and that? I mean, I have friends I can visit. I don't need YouTube to cope with loneliness. I think a part of me thinks that I still do, but I feel like I can have friends in my life who will be there for me and I could just visit them. I can just talk to them. But at the same time, I feel like I've built a connection to many people on this platform. And I don't want to walk away from some of you out here who have been invested in me as a person, beyond the creepy clown content or paranormal. It's like, you watch me for me. And so I don't want to let people down because, they've been around, and that's like throwing in the towel and walking away and saying goodbye. And YouTube is not that rough. It does take time to edit a video, and I am self-conscious about my fucked up teeth. Thing is, I'm prioritizing where my money goes, and that's to the cancer center because I'm having numerous tests done. This is an ongoing thing. There's procedures. There's a lot of shit happening, and I'm not trying to jinx myself, but life is short. I don't know how long I got, and I'm just trying to make the best of my early partial retirement, because that's what I call it. I mean, I've been living off of my income from my business and my savings and my retirement. But that's a choice that I make. It doesn't make me a loser if I decide not to work in the rat race world out there and, and continue to do the 9 to 5 or 7 to 5. I was working 50 to 60 hours a week in the recent weeks until I left the company because they were just, in my opinion, assholes and worried about their bottom line and not the people that, not their clients or customers. And I don't agree with that, but it's kind of how that is. And I felt like, I'm better off just doing what I'm doing. Getting up, getting my 20K steps, enjoying nature, going here, going there. Do I really need to work? If the thing is, I feel like I'm trying to chase what I used to have. And so I had a lifestyle where I spent a lot of money because I made a lot of money. And I guess once you start making a lot less than that, then you feel like you have to work so you can at least have extra money to do some more things. But I feel like I've done so many things in life. Do I really need to continue doing a lot of things? I mean, I've experienced a lot of great times with friends and family. Now it's time to just enjoy life. I don't need to travel all around anymore. I've been there and done that. So it's not going to cost much money to just maintain living and maintain eating. I don't have to pay electricity. I got solar power. I got solar battery backup. I got all that. I mean, taxes are pretty decent here. Property taxes, It's not a whole lot of overhead like I used to have up north. I can continue to live this way, but I wouldn't be able to have the same lifestyle. I wouldn't be able to go to all these places and do all these things and buy all these cars and all this expensive stuff. I'd have to live like the average American, except for I can just keep running my own business, letting the business work for me, letting my money and my investments and my savings and the IRA work for me. And that's kind of where I am. Yeah, I depleted a lot of my retirement, but that's comparatively to what I used to have. It's how I look at it. Now, there's people that would be happy to have what I have and not have a complaint, but I've been at a status where anything less I start stressing about because my OCD does this to me. I can't help it. And then I feel like I got to go out there and I got to replenish money. I got to put money back into the funds. I got to get to a certain status that I'm used to. That way, if anything happens, I have the money to cover this and that. That's kind of where my mind was going. I'm like, I need to just stop. I'm dealing with going to the cancer center and stuff, and I really just need to stop. Let's focus on the bigger problems, and that is my health and me being here. I mean, money is worth nothing if you're not here and you're 6 feet under because of some disease or whatever. It's like, I got to focus my priorities. So that's where my mind has been, focusing on my priorities. But that's where I am today. So, hey, this video is long and dragged out, But there's suspicion that there could be some kind of scammer or thief trying to case my place and rob me because of what was witnessed outside during a live stream and what my friend had told me based on comments she was reading and people wanting to see more camera stuff. And then I'm walking back there like a fucking idiot. So that stream has been taken down because I choose not to advertise where in the house my cameras are. Maybe I should have made like I sold it all so nobody would be tempted, you know? That's the other thing. It's like when I was saying I'm selling this and I'm selling that, there might be a possibility that sometimes I say this so that I don't have to worry about that being a liability or potentially luring in a thief. The moment that you come across a fortune and you make a lot of money and your business does well, you become a target to gold diggers, to people who want to scam you. Then you start getting your phone blown up by scammers trying to scam you and try to get your bank account information and try to get information because they know that you either make a lot of money or you know someone who does make a lot of money. And that's the problem. So the best thing to do is to downplay your finances so that you're not drawing in potential thieves or stalkers or scammers, phishing emails, all this crap. And I've pretty much done what I can to protect myself, but I feel like there's going to be people out there that are going to judge me thinking that I'm a failure, that I lost everything, I don't know how to manage money, and I'm a loser, and I need to get a job or get a real job because they assume that I need to get a job. The purpose of a job is to go somewhere and work for somebody to make someone else rich while you're trading your precious time for barely anything in return. You work for your own self, you make more money. Nobody else is getting like their hands on the money except for the government who gets their taxes. But that's one less person that's taking your money that you work for. So that's why I continue to work for myself. And then if I want extra income, I work on the side. I do side jobs doing electrical work. I subcontract with different companies, a short-term contract, or I look for jobs and I'll stick with them for a while just to put a little bit of money aside. And then that's it. And I live my life. And then some companies are crooked, and then you find out they're crooked later on, and then you say, well, the hell with them. And so I'm basically only looking for part-time side hustles and part-time, work to supplement my current business income because I still continue to work. And I managed to find time to make YouTube videos as well. And there may be a time where I might have to pull back from YouTube to focus on my business. And I've said this before, it might happen. But I like to have my social life through this platform, although it can be very toxic. There's a very, very negative side of YouTube, but then there's a very positive side. There's a lot of different varieties out here. You got to take what people say with a grain of salt in the comments, and you got to take what I say with a grain of salt if you see me running around chasing ghosts or being chased by creepy clowns. I mean, come on, this is entertainment, or at least it's intended to be entertainment. Some people might not agree that it's entertaining. I think it's stupid, but whatever. Like I said, I wanted to get past this creepy clown shit. I didn't want it to drag on forever, but people kept on wanting more in the comments. People say, we miss the clowns. We miss the creepy clowns. We miss the videos you used to make years ago. We miss this. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm stuck in the past. I'm stuck in the fucking past. I guess I got to keep making videos, regurgitating old shit, put it together, compiling shit together, bringing in more old stuff from the clowns, and like, this is what they want, right? This is what you might want. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm stuck in this fucking cycle and it's never gonna stop. And it's like, I need to put my foot down and end this shit. Enough of the creepy clown, enough of re-uploading stuff that people wanted to see that they missed. I'm like, fuck this shit, man. I just wanna be normal on fucking YouTube, not be this fucking clown guy who's screaming at clowns and screaming at the wall, screaming ghosts. I'm not trying to judge people who are paranormal investigators, but sometimes I criticize myself way too much, and I think that something's wrong with me that I have to sit here with a fucking camera and make creepy clown videos or stalker videos or paranormal videos of damn chairs flying around. Like, when it comes to that point, it's like, I'm really just putting my mental health at risk, and I'm just doing this kind of YouTube content to entertain everybody at the price of my emotional health, at my expense. I'm like, why the hell am I even bothering? Like, is it really worth to continue on with that kind of content? So I feel it's best to say goodbye to creepy clowns, like I've said numerous times in the recent videos. And I feel it's time to just move forward. And if somebody doesn't like my average day of out and about, it's not like I'm gonna have much content because I don't just grab a camera and record me walking and shit. So like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna share on here if I'm not regurgitating old shit. There's really not much left, So I might say fuck it, and I got a life to live. I can't just worry about this fucking YouTube thing. I think maybe a part of me is trying to hold on to the YouTube thing because of the familiarity that that YouTube brought me with other people in my life that used to be part of it. And I think maybe in a way it's connected me to those people in my life. And so I guess it's more of a comfort thing. But I just need to move past this shit, man. I'm starting to feel like sometimes this whole YouTube thing is beneath me as a person. And I'm not trying to be like fucking, have a big ego about this shit, but sometimes I feel like it's beneath me because I could do much better. I could do much better things with my time. I could be doing something that's much more meaningful. And I do a lot of much better and meaningful things with my time. It's just that I feel like YouTube, it's not the best thing in my life like it used to be, because there's so many people missing from that. And I enjoy doing this kind of content with other people that were part of it. No, yeah, my lady friend does help me once in a while and things like that, but she doesn't want to be in the videos other than holding the camera and shit, or commenting or doing some behind the scenes shit. But that's just how it is. I don't know what else to say other than you guys are amazing. If I do upload stuff, it's gonna be when I'm exploring places. But fuck this going back in time shit. Like I said, several videos I've already said I'm trying to get away from the past and move forward into the present and the future, because we've got to live for now. Can't just let the past hold us back. Creepy clowns can't be holding me back. That's it, guys. So stay safe out there. If you wonder why that live stream is no longer available, it's because, like I said, my friend told me that somebody's trying to fish for information, trying to find out where my expensive items that I own are in this house, so that if I'm away or something, that they can get in the house and go straight to the room that they saw me go to in a live stream and then steal everything. Be a big mistake if they came here when I'm home, especially since I sleep with my gun by my bedside. And I'm not saying exactly where on the bedside or what room I sleep in. I'm not even saying any more shit. I'm just saying my lady friend told me to be careful about where I walk when I'm doing live streams, when showing equipment such as cameras, computers, all that shit, because people might find it valuable and want to steal it. There's one more thing that I want to add to this video before I end this video, and that is, when it comes to my life, I always try to do the best to improve people's lives around me. I always do the best that I can to make people feel loved and feel happy around me. And when I have the means, I give what I can. And I've always been that generous person. I'm a very kind, loving person. I put other people before myself, people that I care about. I'm not a selfish person. Now, maybe on YouTube, I come off like some asshole. I'm misunderstood because of how I present myself on YouTube, because we have that choice from the beginning. How are we going to look in the eye of the YouTube community? How are we going to present ourselves? What are people going to think of us? The moment that we make that first impression, the moment that we put that first video out there, it's kind of setting the bar. It's basically creating this baseline, whether it's a fucking real baseline or some kind of fictional baseline. We are setting that standard of a personality that's being presented from you as a person. So people see you for what you bring to YouTube. So if you go acting like some fucking irritated, impatient man who has an attitude problem and just gets angry about everything and is like, seconds away from punching a hole in a wall, then you're probably going to have some negative feelings about that person. And you're probably going to think, well, man, this person's fucking hot-headed, tempered, like this person just needs to chill. But that could be a fucking act, right? But the people that see this person acting that way don't know. They might think that this is how this person really is, because they don't have any real accurate baseline. They don't know the person in real life. They only see what they see on YouTube. And so this is an example of my life. You see what you see on YouTube, what I present myself as. When I put this fucking camera down, it's like a switch just turns off and I'm like in a fucking different world. It's like I'm disconnected from this a mental trip that I go through. It's like I become this alter ego, and I actually don't like who I am on YouTube. I don't fucking like who I am, but I got so used to being that person that I feel like as soon as the camera's on, it's it. That's what happens. And all these years, I haven't even shifted away from that. I haven't deviated. I might have slightly gone in one direction slowly, but not enough that it's really noticeable. And it causes confusion. And I can totally understand if some of you get upset or have your opinions about me because you don't really know me. You only know what you see. You see a guy with fucked up teeth. Yeah, maybe if I wasn't doing YouTube videos, I'd get my teeth fixed. Because maybe this is part of my fucking personality on YouTube. You got a guy with fucking messed up teeth because he puts his money into his family and friends and other priorities besides his own teeth. Because, why fix myself when I can fix somebody else's problem that I care about, right? But my main priority right now in the time being is to make sure that I continue to go to the cancer center and continue with the CT scans and the other observations and follow my doctor's orders and go to my appointments and address these very serious things. And then later on down the road, maybe I'll address the tooth problem because I have teeth that are shifting, because I have crowding from my wisdom teeth that came in decades ago, whatever the fuck. But yeah, see, I'm trying to hold to my fucking character long, and then I find myself stuttering. That's another thing. That's another fucking clue. When I'm making videos and you find me like stuttering or jumping around and pausing and, like what's this guy? Did he have a stroke? He can't even talk straight. It's because I'm trying to lock in my character the whole time that I'm fucking talking. And so it makes it a little bit hard for me to speak fluently when I'm focusing on keeping in character with my YouTube persona. Because I don't want to shift away from that. Because I feel like when the camera's off, I act so much fucking different. And all this fucking shit, hair like this. There's times where I take a fucking break from YouTube and my hair looks totally different. I clean shave. A lot of my videos I was wearing a hat, just kind of cover my hair. But it's not so much my personal physical appearance, the way I look, it's how I act. It's how I hold myself. It's how I walk and all this other shit. And what I say about my life and circumstances and all that. It's just me being my alter ego, another person. It's a fucking YouTube thing. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. I'm not changing that. You've known me that way. Why should I change now? Everybody has known me for this character. Everybody has known me for this YouTube personality. It's like when the camera's on, my heart rate's up higher when it comes to YouTube. I feel like I'm more tense. I'm not relaxed. Once I show off the camera, it takes me a few hours to calm back down because I feel like there's some tension. Because YouTube has some toxicity. YouTube has a lot of things. And I honestly don't know why the fuck I keep on uploading YouTube videos. I think it's because subconsciously it's bringing me back to a time in my life where things were different and I wasn't alone. I just need to get into another routine where I'm out boating with my friends and just kind of stick with those things and enjoy life and say fuck everything else with YouTube and shit. But then I'm battling with that would be rude to you, would be a disservice to you if you're invested in me. Why would you want me to abandon you? So I'm conflicted, but this is how life goes. We're always conflicted with things in life. We make decisions based on impulse and sometimes based on our heart. And I'm just all over the fucking place. But now I'm finally going to say take care and be safe. I got to get the hell out of here. I got to do my walking. I got to finish my walking at night because I didn't get enough during the day. That's how it is. If you don't get enough during the day, you got to do it at nighttime. Then if I don't do it at nighttime, I got to do it a fucking day. I got to do it all day. Do it in the morning, do it at night, do it in the afternoon. I'm all over the place. I got to go.